are here for the fourth round, final round of Swiss for our final gym challenge of Regulation G. It's a format, again, we've spent a ton of time with Regulation G as a format, collectively, me, you, and Pikachu. We've seen so many different, meta teams rise and fall, and so many different, also different joke teams that people have built, like the Reshiram 4 Genies thing that we just saw. It's been it's just a weird format that we've spent so much time with, and, we're still seeing weird stuff, still people developing different things. Some of it's just people are like, okay, last time we're doing Reg G, we'll do some funny stuff today, but still a lot of different stuff. On Lucy's side, we have the Tornadus Incarnate, the Zacian, that's the crowned form, of course, it's probably going to be that. Urshifu Rapid Strike, Landorus Incarnate, Rotomwash, and Okidogi. Rotomwash might actually be rarer than Okidogi, but in either case. And on Nate's side, Koraidon, Entei, Chenpao, Ogerpon Cornerstone, Fluttermane, and Frostmoth. I remember when this team was built, it has I believe the Shield Dust is the ability. It's supposed to not have Shield Dust as its ability. It's supposed to have Ice Scales, because that's the ability that's good on Frostmoth. But instead, it's holding a Covert Cloak with Shield Dust as the ability, which is not ideal in most cases. Because somebody forgot to ability patch it, or ability whatever I forget what the other ability thing is, ability shield. We've got the Okidogi lead here. Tornado's going to Rain Dance to reset the weather, get the sun away from that Koraidon and from the Fluttermane. It does have the booster energy, so it still will get the Photosynthesis boost, but doesn't get to keep that on switching out. Fluttermane goes for just a nice little Icy Wind. Drop the speed of Okidogi, not Tornadus, of course, and Koraidon will go for the Flame Charge. Just a speed turn for Nate for turn number 1 here. Question is, what will the Okidogi do? Gunk Shot right into the Fluttermane. That's going to pick up a knockout. Fluttermane, all it really got to do is Icy Wind, and it goes right away. Okidogi's moves are Drain Punch, Knock Off, Gunk Shot, and Upper Hand, which is a nice little thing to slot in there. Good moves altogether. Not a whole lot that takes all 4 of those, or at least 3 of those, minus the Upper Hand, which has some utility in certain cases. A Relicanth on Lucy's head? A Relicanth on Lucy's head. And speaking of things that don't love Upper Hand, we have the Entei here. Remember, if Entei goes for an Extreme Speed, Upper Hand will actually block it, although I don't know if you want to lock into that, knowing that this Pokemon is right here. It is Choice Banded, so it would just be stuck if it goes for Extreme Speed here, which I think is a bad idea, and so we're going to see the Terra here. I think that's Nate's Terra. It is. It's the normal Terra Entei. It might be going for the Extreme Speed here. Maybe he's not ready for the Upper Hand. Yeah, Upper Hand lands onto the Entei, does a ton of damage too. Oh, but does still get to Extreme Speed. Okay. I didn't... I thought it was like... I guess you still do get to use your priority move after it. Or no, it's because it's inner focus so it can't flinch. That's really funny. And Flame Charge again. Now this Koraidon's really fast, but it's not actually doing much. That's really funny. It's inner focus so it can't flinch even though it was upper-handed. But now, it's pretty easy to click Upper Hand into that slot and then go Zacian against Koraidon and see what the plan is. It's Terra Water Zacian, which will be a nice way to get away from the weakness it will have to Close Combat here. It's Close Combat Koraidon, not the Collision Course variant. This is the Life Orb Close Combat one. You probably have a sticker in whatever Discord server you're in with the Life Orb Terrifier Koraidon saying something that I don't... I feel like I probably shouldn't say on stream, so I won't. Darren looked at me so mad. I didn't say it. Zacian's going to Terra into the Water type, as makes sense. Koraidon's going to Protect. I think Okidogi probably went for the Upper Hand, yeah, and that's not going to land. So nothing happened. Play Rough went into the Koraidon, so nothing happened. Koraidon is now just quad weak to Play Rough. It'll be kind of awkward to play around here. There's no chance for the... That's always the thing about Koraidon, is they're always like, it could become a fire type, so you can't just blindly launch fairy attacks into it. But it can't anymore, because Entei already went for that extreme speed. And that puts Nate in a pretty awkward spot. Close combat will come out into the Zacian, not enough to KO. Just barely. Well, not just barely. Pretty decent margin. And that will mean Koraidon will drop, assuming Play Rough hits. Yes, it does. There it goes. But we'll see. This could be an opportunity for a KO from the Cornerstone. Indeed, the Ogerpon gets the power up to land and knocks it out. But on the other end, now Okidogi gets to move, and a Drain Punch should do a lot of damage here, assuming that's the lock. Could also be a Gunk Shot, which should also do a lot. Drain Punch is more consistent. And I don't think it's actually lost any HP, so I don't think it's actually going to be needed to... Oh no, it does have a little bit of HP chip. Oh yeah, with the Flame Charge. So it'll heal up just a bit of HP. And we're down to our final 2 for each player. Should be a pretty easy play for Lucy. I think you can, Aqua Jet the Ogerpon, and if you do that, the Entei can't really do anything. Because you can threaten it with Upper Hand. There's the Aqua Jet into the Ogerpon, picks up the KO. I believe that means Upper Hand will not connect this turn. The Aqua Jet went before it. Yeah, it's the Stomping Tantrum instead, which will do good damage to the Okidogi, actually. Oh no, it went for Drain Punch. Doesn't even matter. Guess it doesn't matter if you don't care that much about the Upper Hand picking up the knockout, and there it goes, Lucy Parker with the Okidogi, and the Okidogi wasn't just around for the win, Okidogi was a major part of that victory. And Lucy picking up game number 1. Nate'll have to figure out how to adjust to that Okidogi. There are certainly answers. A Stomping Tantrum did a lot of damage to it. With Chen Power Round, it would probably pick up a KO. But I think Nate was surprised by the Upper Hand to some degree. Probably isn't going to want to let an Upper Hand come through onto the Terra Normal Entei again. Particularly if it means that you are losing your Terra for Koraidon as well. Just go with no music. It's funnier if you just go for no music. Okay, we're gonna listen to Legends of Alola, I guess. I can't hear the in-game audio, so I don't know what the music sounds like. That Okidogi was horribly threatening in that last game. It was genuinely really funny how much that Okidogi was able to accomplish. This did most of Ogerpon's HP, did everything to Entei. It KO'd the Fluttermane solo, so that was, what, almost 3 full health bars that it was able to deal with? Absolutely cracked Pokemon. We'll see if Nate over-indexes to prepare for that, though, because that could be a real liability if he tries something, and that's not what Lucy wanted to go for in Game 2. Probably knowing the Okidogi, not the greatest Pokemon in the world, so not too worried about the possibility of having that take over the game. It's going to be Ogerpon Koraidon here, so redirection support alongside the Koraidon, and it's just going to be Tornadus and Zacian on the other end. For Lucy, I see no real reason not to Terra the Zacian immediately again. As well as going for that Rain Dance to take away the Koraidon Orichalcum Pulse. That is always important. We're gonna see the turn 1 Terra actually out of Nate. Maybe the Terra Fire Koraidon? Yes, it is. Makes sense. Oh, Pokérap on the audio here. Come here if you want to see listen to the Pokérap instead of Legends of Alola. I honestly didn't notice what happened. Oh, the Protect on the Zacian. So Flame Charge now comes out. It is boosted by the Terra, but weakened by the Rain, so it won't really do much to Tornadus. Ivy Cudgel also going to come out into the Tornadus, and that will certainly pick up the knockout. Best rock-type move in the game, if we're being honest. Now the question, what do you bring in now that the Tornadus is down? The Okidogi is the answer. Your friend and mine, Okidogi. Yeah, I think Lucy's going to have to Terra the Zacian here, make sure you don't get Flare Blitzed or even just close combated down. You're that Steel type. That does mean you're now weak to the Power Whip. Was the close combat there, and it does a lot of damage. A lot more damage than I thought it would, honestly. Sacred Sword the other direction, not enough to KO, not even particularly close, and it's the Ivy Cudgel that follows up, but that should be enough onto something with as low of HP as Zacian does. And that means Zacian's down, but Koraidon should go down the other way. Yes, Drain Punch will pick up the Koraidon, so it's 3-on-2, but no restricteds remaining. And the Terra has been burned from both sides as well. And Urshifu should feel pretty happy to start clicking Surging Strikes here. Not really a whole lot that stops you from doing that or even makes that an unpleasant suggestion. There's the Urshifu. And Entei as well. Now Entei cannot Terra again, because the Koraidon already did. Losing my mind listening to the Pokerap right now. Ooh, Ogerpon goes for the Follow Me, so it will draw away the Surging Strikes that was aimed at the Entei, but it should knock out the Ogerpon. Yeah, that'll certainly pick it up. But was that enough? Because that does mean the Entei did not go for Extreme Speed. Went for a different move. It's locking into Sacred Fire. A burn would matter a lot here. I think it's 50-50. And it does pick up the burn onto Urshifu. Very big for Nate to pick that up. And the knockoff into the Entei, I'm not sure about that one. It knocks off the Choice Band, which does mean that it's not locked into Sacred Fire anymore. But that means it's not locked into Sacred Fire anymore. It can just click Extreme Speed and get extra damage down. Chen Pao will come in now as well. I'm really not sure who wins this matchup, mostly because I don't know how much Okidogi is able to accomplish here. The Extreme Speed, the Surging Strikes the other way. Wow, that is still going to do a ton of damage to Entei. It is Surging Strikes in rain from the Urshifu. It's going to do a lot of damage. And so that'll drop it right there. And now just a Chen Pao remaining. Icicle Crash into the Okidogi. It might come down to flinches. Ooh, that's a close range. Well, not a close range with Drain Punch coming back the other way and doing, probably getting a lot of that HP back. Focus Sash will keep Chen Pao around, but going to be difficult to win this one. I really don't see the route in here because Urshifu Surging Strikes it and KOs it, and if you do something to prevent that, like a Sucker Punch, then Drain Punch KOs it. So there's the Sucker Punch, and it's not going to KO the Urshifu. And it will get the Surging Strikes off. And Lucy Parker with a 2-0 victory with the Okidogi. And Okidogi putting in a ton of work that set. Picked up the Koraidon knockout there. Did a bunch of damage to the Entei. Did a bunch to the Chen Pao. That was a real showcase. I mean, there's definitely been whisperings for a while of, like, ever since Okidogi, like, originally released, of just being, well, is this Pokemon really good? Like, does it have a real VGC niche? And Lucy certainly made it work there. I think that'll end with Lucy 2-2 on the day. We will take a quick break, tabulate the results, and we will be back with Top Cut, the semifinal round. Don't go anywhere.